Hi, and welcome to a Chip Off the Old Block Toys. I hope you're enjoying your Memorial Day weekend. I certainly am. And I hope you guys will enjoy this video, this live stream. We're going to do part 3 of the Daily Bugle, set number 76178. It has 3,772 pieces. So far, we've gotten through bags 1 through 5, which have given us the complete first level. And the first level has some boxes here in the alley with a rat, a sewer cover, an electric box with danger on it. It's got Mr. Sandman, who narrowly missed hitting the corner there. He needs to recalculate his life there, because that's a pretty life-ending decision to hit a building like that. Joking. We got the Daily Bugle sign, got some plants, got a little newsstand, how appropriate, in front of the Daily Bugle. Have some trash cans and some trash, and then we've got a air conditioning unit with a pigeon on it, and a light and a web that's hiding a backpack in the wall. So we've made it pretty far. Today we're going to start the second level, which is the office, I believe. So let's go ahead and start that. And I want to say thank you for joining. And good morning, Jenny. Thank you for joining. Just to let you know, I already did, I already filmed tomorrow's video. It's going to be a Lego haul video. I realized I did not make the haul video for when I bought the Daily Bugle. Excuse me. And I have purchased other sets at the same time. So I went ahead and did that. My morning's going pretty well, Jenny. Thanks for asking. How's yours going? Mine's been pretty relaxing. Got up and took a shower, and here I am. So not much of a morning so far. I had kind of a late night. Not that I want to be negative, but it was a late night because I have a 17-year-old who thinks that his way is the way things should be run in the house, and of course that's not something that can be left unaddressed. So but this should be an exciting week with Legos. They're releasing the world map, and they're releasing a bunch of other things here in the near future, so should be pretty interesting. Okay, now we got this here. Jenny says, good, cleaned out the fridge and freezer. Yep. I know about that. I just did my refrigerator a week ago. And, I'm not a clean freak, but I'm not a messy freak either. And I have to say, I'm surprised how much junk was in there that should have been thrown out already. And that happens so easily. And good morning, John. Good to see you. So I will be getting the world map, and that one will not be a live stream. That one's going to be a video. I don't feel it'll be interesting enough to be a live stream, and not only that, there's only so many live streams I can squeeze in a week, so that's the way that's going to be. And I think the monochrome Lego set is supposed to be released, I think it's August 1st. If I'm wrong, someone please correct me. I don't plan on getting that set. If you see my pile over here of Legos that I have, I just have far too many to get to, and I just don't feel like there's much value in that set. It's just meant to be displayed. Maybe I will end up getting it, I don't know, but as of right now, I don't have any plans to get it. Kind of reminds me of the limo driver in the Ghostbusters series. He had the same hat and the same shirt, but his face was more gruesome because he was a zombie. And leg. Oh no, they did not. I was going to say they shorted me a piece, but just as I was ready to say it, I found the piece. Well, I did get something accomplished yesterday. I've been working on the sprinkler system in the park strip in front of my house. And last night I had to wait. You have to wait 24 hours once you glue it together to see before you run water through it. And I did. I waited the 24 hours, fired it up, and happy to say it worked beautifully. No leaks. So now I need to head over to either Home Depot or wait a week or two because there's a lot of new houses around here. And in our Facebook groups, you know, they only sell the stuff by the pallet, the sod. So what's going to end up happening, if it's anything like last year, is that you're going to have people, especially on a Friday, Saturday night, they're going to post, hey, look, I got too much sod, come over and get it, 30 cents a strip, which it's like $2 like $2.50 over at Home Depot. So I'm probably going to wait a little bit just to see if that happens. But if it doesn't happen, I'll end up just going to Home Depot and buying the sod. But I'm excited that that phase is over. The sprinklers are, I don't think they're too bad, but they're definitely not fun. I'd rather be inside playing with a bucket of Legos. I mean, imagine that. But I still have some work to do in the yard. I need to install that weed fabric that keeps it's like that black thin, almost like it's almost like fabric, and it keeps the weeds from popping up. I need to install that, and then I gotta order some rocks because I gotta put rocks over it. And an update on the houses. I did not have time. I totally forgot about this. This was really, really nerve-wracking for me yesterday. I think I lost a few days of my life over this just because of stress. So I don't know if you guys have ever experienced before, but if you do, it's a complete pain. I picked up some sort of computer virus that decided that the only web pages I could look at were Google and YouTube. And I did look it up, and sure enough, it does exist. Of course, I had to look it up on my phone, which was kind of annoying. And this all happened at the wrong time. It happened in the middle of, I'm not going to say his name, but there's a YouTuber that orders from me on a regular basis. In fact, he has ordered from me 74 times. And in his comments, when he did mention me, he mentioned how he likes the fact that I ship same day in most cases. And I do ship same day in most cases. And his order came through yesterday morning. I got it together. And I went to openstamps.com. And, well, it wouldn't work because that stupid dang virus. I couldn't open it. And it was at the time that the postal lady stops by to pick up the mail. I knew she was going to be here at any time. So I was fooling around on the internet trying to find a solution. Found one, didn't work. Found another one, didn't work. And meanwhile, my son wants to come downstairs and argue the finer things of life, and I do mean that. Although it's totally sarcastic, it's not the finer things of life, it's just some dumb things. But whatever. That happened, and on top of that, 2-year-old granddaughter was having a complete meltdown all over the color of Kool-Aid that I made. I made orange instead of red, and she was having a complete fit over it. And it's really hard to read something when you're under that much pressure, and you got a 17-year-old wanting to argue some stupid things, and you've got a 2-year-old who is arguing stupid things. Anyway, the end of that story is I was able to find out how to remove it. I removed it, and from there I was able to print the label. I went outside to put the order in the bucket that she picks up out of, and the bucket was gone. And as I turned around to go back in the house, I noticed that her postal vehicle was parked in front of my house, and she was there with the van door open. So I ran to her and I said, "Hey, one more." And she's really awesome. And she took the order, and it made it on time. Thank goodness, just barely. So that was a really stressful morning, but the rest of my day didn't go like that. I was able to go to Target and get some cleaning supplies for my home. And I bought my daughter a Lego toy while I was there. So she got the Elsa jewelry box, which, she was so excited. We sat down and put it together, and her excitement carried over to the point where it's no longer together. She was so excited to have it, it got destroyed. And Jenny, the house hunting, I can't really say that I'm too interested anymore. I mean, I am, but I think this is a case of I'm just going to be priced out of it. I have no problem sharing this, but a real estate agent came over this week to look at my house in case I sell it to buy something in the country. And she's saying it's worth a whole entire $200,000 more than what I paid for it. A year and a half ago. So, with prices going like that, I freely admit that if I had to buy this house today, brand new, a year and a half later, I would not qualify from the bank. It's too much money. And I think the same thing's going on everywhere. Especially here in Utah, we have we were tied last month. I looked that up. We were tied last month for the lowest unemployment anywhere in the U.S. So with employment being so low, I think that's just one of those things we're going to have to deal with, and that's why the housing market is the way it is. Plus, we have a lot of people from California coming over, and those houses are worth more there, and so they can come here and they can spend more, and I think that's driving up prices too, and the lack of supply, and the new builders are not building so much anymore. They've had their own issues with prices, and so it's been interesting. Been a very interesting ride. So I think that's going to price me out. Maybe not, but it's looking that way right now. Not unless someone wants to buy my whole entire Bricklink store to give me some seriously needed cash. But anyway, I'm joking on that. I don't really mean that. Okay, so all right, this is sorry, need to concentrate a little bit here. Okay, now that's weird. All right, I did follow directions on this. There are 6 of them. and I've got them just the way they have them. But when I put it on, oh, I forgot a few pieces. Now it does go that way. Sorry. John says, I'm back. Hey, Jennifer was getting soft-boiled eggs for breakfast. John, I'm a big proponent of one-ingredient foods. I've been reading online that that's what will propel you to weight loss the fastest, is eating things that are one ingredients, no processed. So that'd be things like carrots, eggs, beef, a baked potato without anything on it or very little on it, that kind of stuff. That's part of the drive for me wanting to move to the country, so I can raise my own food. And if I do move to the country, then you guys hopefully will see a transformation where I will lose a bunch of much needed weight. Now, one of the two houses that I'm looking at, that I want to look at, is priced just out of reach of what the bank says to let me borrow. So, that house there has been sitting for over a month, which in this market is unheard of. It just doesn't happen. So I might be able to see that house, and because it's been sitting, offer just right where I need to be. And if that happens, hey, I could get the house, but that's really about the only way that would happen. I need them to come down just a little bit. But I also need to find a new real estate agent. She's been extremely flaky, and I just don't appreciate that, especially the amount of money I gotta pay her. She should be doing more to earn that, in my opinion. Okay, so I am looking for, and I cannot find, oh, there it is. Well, I've got quite a few Lego sets. In keeping with the theme of these Daily Bugle, I do have the helmet for Batman, Carnage, Venom, and Iron Man. I got all those, and they're ready to be built. There's only so many live streams I can do, so when I can sneak away, I will probably do some short videos on those. Some, what do you call it? Time lapses on those. And I don't understand the storyline of why Mr. Jameson does not like Spider-Man. I guess it's just something that he decided early on he wasn't gonna like Spider-Man. So, but I never understood him being one of Spider-Man's nemesises. they've got a ton of these newspapers, and they are all like different prints on them. And you know, being at my age, sometimes looking at smaller print's difficult, so I've had some difficulty seeing exactly what's there at times. And no, I'm not afraid to admit that. That's just something that comes with age, man. I used to be able to see so well. Now it's like, where's my glasses? I'm okay around the house because I know the house pretty well, but if I go behind the wheel, I definitely need that. So... all right. Well, this is coming along nicely, in my opinion. And John said soft-boiled days came out perfect. Yum. No doubt, John. And it is nice to have something come out the way it should. Janie says, funny, I had boiled eggs yesterday. Yeah, they're pretty good. In fact, I used to keep some in the fridge. I used to do maybe a dozen and a half at a time and just keep them in the fridge for, you know, easy goings, but I haven't done that in, well, probably about the time the 2-year-old showed up. There's a lot that changes when you got a 2-year-old. What are my plans for the day? Well, currently I don't really have any. I was working on a video idea last night. I might continue that. I don't want to give up what it is. Not yet. So might continue that. I was thinking about calling around and getting another real estate agent. Because I do want to go see that house, and I don't want that other real estate agent involved. I mean, she hasn't returned calls. She's made promises not delivered. I'm not impressed. And you have to think about the fact that these commissions are so high. I mean, her half of the commission is going to be over $20,000. And she's literally doing nothing for it. So I don't appreciate that. And I don't want to call somebody several times just to get one answer. In this market where 7 days is about what it stays on the market, I really need someone who's going to be a little more responsive and respond in hours and not days. So I'm probably going to work on that. Because I do want to see that one house, and if the builder will take less right where I need to be at, then I will probably make an offer and do that. That sounds like a good idea to me, but we'll see. You know, no guarantees. Oh boy. Just drop that. But, you know, sometimes I like relaxing days where there's not much going on. So I don't know. I don't know what I'm going to do today. There will be no live stream tomorrow because tomorrow is Monday, Memorial Day, for one. And for two, I just don't have the time. I've done a short video, like I said, on my most recent Lego haul. And that will be the video for tomorrow. But I do plan on picking up this as a live stream on Tuesday and Wednesday. Thursdays are never good for me. And that's just because my my work schedule doesn't allow it. So hopefully I can pick this back up on Friday, and I don't know how long it's going to take to get this done. But we're going to stick with it till it does. So what are your plans for the day, Jenny? And John, what are your plans for the day? Oh boy. Got a bunch of stickers on here. A little bit of cat hair. John, this is not meant as an insult, but I don't know how you do it, man. I left my parents' house when I was 16, and I've never lived with them since. I love my parents dearly, but I could not live with them again. And if I did live with them, if I had to absolutely do that, I couldn't be there for very long. I'd have to be in my car visiting friends or something, and only come home to hang my hat. And moving yet. That's always a great activity. Just kidding, being sarcastic. With my wife being in the military, we've moved quite a few times. And every time we do, I always purge stuff before we go. But when we get there and I open the boxes of stuff that we moved and saved, I inevitably always find stuff that I'm like, wait a minute, why did I even save this? So I hope you don't have too much of that. And John said, at this point, I need peaceful. When I need quiet from the noisy house, I go to my house. And if I remember right, your house is just around the corner from your mom's house. So that makes sense. And John says, moving, more boxes to go over. John, again, I'm not built for the noise. Neither am I. I understand that one, brother. When I was at the lake, I was over at my garage alone. Mom argues worse than my wife. Oh boy, John, our moms sound similar. My mom wants to know everything, and she's got an opinion about everything too. And I love my mom to death, but Mom, there's just some things that aren't worth the calories to sweat over. And once again, I'm going to mention this. I am so happy that I went to hardwired in this room, because I've had no absolute interruptions in my streams. I've had some warnings, but no actual interruptions, which is very, very nice. And here's Mr. Jameson, the editor of the paper. John says I left one nag for another. I'm not laughing at you, John. I'm laughing with you. I promise. I do understand where you're coming from. And my buddy Chris just built the ISS. Really cool. Yeah, I saw pictures of that online. Or some versions of it. I don't know if it was an official set. But yeah, it looked pretty cool, man. The problem with Lego is there's so many sets coming out right now. I cannot keep up with all of them. I was trying to get a laugh out of the situation. Well, that's how I usually deal with stress, is laughing about things. We've got the good old coffee pot here. Looks like some donuts or cookies, and we've got just a regular mug here. I'm liking the look of this office. It's looking pretty functional. It's looking pretty busy. Well, that's funny. They show that this should be purple, but the only one of these little clips is blue. I gotta make sure that I don't use that later on. No, we don't even get close to use. Okay, so they gave me the wrong color clip. I'm gonna go with it though. Ah, where's the Daily Planet? John, now that it's been mentioned out loud, they're probably working on it. And I think it would be cool. I mean, after all, you do have this one, so why not, right? The Daily Planet's from Superman. Just in case anybody didn't know. I think most people do, but just in case. Got a little water cooler here. And now we've got to build the supports for the walls. So as mentioned earlier, I love this set. A lot of thought went into this, and I think this is beyond my skill level to design. There's a lot of these windows. Of course, it's a skyscraper. They are mainly windows in real life, so it makes sense. But it also makes it easier to build. And it leaves... I think this building could have been a lot more expensive, especially if they would have had to put more pieces in this. So having the walls the way they are with all the glass, I think makes it cheaper, and allows them to be able to make the interior more detailed, which I appreciate. I'd rather have a more detailed interior. Yeah, this set has more and more things wrong with it, from color to stickers. Yes, you are correct, and that is a little bit frustrating. I'm trying to remain positive. But yes, it indeed is frustrating to have to deal with this. And quite possibly I might mention those problems in my review, because I do feel that when you buy Legos, they're expensive, and because you are carrying a upper end product that's expensive, you should also make sure the quality is absolute, you know. And Lego Ninjago fan says, I really like this set. I do too. I was just commenting that I've had a few problems with this particular set, but doesn't turn me off completely from it. I actually do like it. I like the amount of minifigures and the amount of detail on the interior. I think it's pretty cool. Oh, wow, goodness. We've got some work to do here. 14 of these. They should, John said that should figure in your review, and it is going to. Lego Ninjago fan says, I like the minifigures. I'm a big fan of you. Well, thank you, man. I appreciate that. Oops, I think I went one too high here. So we've got all these windows to do. Can't find R2 anywhere. Yeah, he was, I know I mentioned this, but when I went to the Lego store and bought him the day he was released, the store said they got 200 of them, and where I was in line, when I got up there to pay, there was only 2 R2s left. So yeah, John, he is going to be hard to find for a while. And John, about that message you sent me about the Space Shuttle Discovery, the Lego store still had it when I was there this week to pick up this. So I think it might be one of those things that Lego's keeping it tight to the vest, and maybe you can get in a store but not online. I don't know how close you are to a Lego store, but that might be an idea. And Lego Ninjago fan, you could put this in the Creator Street. And you know, I do have plans to make room for this because I like the building that much. Another alternative is if I actually get this house that I want with the outbuildings, or if I have enough money to build an outbuilding, depending on the building house I go with, I'm going to be able to redo the design of the city, which is important because if you watch week 15 of my Lego City mock, I do the outline of what I want the city to look like, and that has changed mainly because new sets have come out, and I'm always on the internet looking at Legos, it seems like, and I came up with new ideas that I want to throw in the city. So I'm thinking a redesign might be necessary, and I'm not that far into the city that I can't make major changes. I definitely can, so we'll see. I think that's on the horizon. And Lego Ninjago fan says, you can put this in the Creator Street. Or no, do you want the Marvel set this year, 2021? Yes, I do. I am trying to make sure I cover certain categories thoroughly. There are some categories I will not cover, like the Friends Girls sets. I'm not going to do any reviews on those, and that's not because I don't necessarily like them. It's because I think they're great, the vibrant colors. It's just with so many different themes going on, I have to focus. I don't have enough money or time to get into every new Lego set, but Marvel was definitely, as you can see, me buying this one is something that I'm definitely interested in. And so yes, I plan on getting any Marvel sets. And yes, the Ninjago fans summer set, yes. And John says, nope, no Lego stores here. Okay. Sorry to hear that, John. But when you're ready again, since I've got one close to me and I seem that I can't stay away from that place, let me know. I'd be happy to run over there and get one and mail it to you. So just let me know when you're ready. And Lego Ninjago fan says, oh, you can put that in your... Yes, got plans. And John says, did you get any of the vintage city sets? I have a lot of the vintage city sets. I've got a lot of them, John. That's when I started collecting, and as a kid I wasn't too brutal on my Legos, so most of them survived and are in pretty decent shape. And I will be breaking out some of those over time. I have a long list of video ideas, and that is definitely on the list. I actually can tell you that I'd have I have about literally, and it's not a joke, I have literally close to 1,000 ideas on paper written down on a spreadsheet, video ideas. So I have no shortage of ideas. I have a shortage of time of pumping them out. Bricks on YouTube says hello and good morning, Bricks on YouTube. It is good to see you. He's one of our semi-regulars, and I always enjoy hearing from him. And yeah, Bricks from Nick, Bricks by Nick. He's another one that's semi-regular, like hearing from him. And of course we got John, who tends to be at every live stream, which I totally appreciate, and Jenny, who's also at almost every live stream. I appreciate it. And then the Ninjago, Lego Ninjago fan is often comments on my videos, which I appreciate. Thank you. And Ninjago Lego fan says, I wish you could have 1,000 subscribers. Yeah, me too. I'm working on it, that's for sure. And John said, I sent you a check. John says, build up the channel. Hopefully you can do this full time. And yes, John, that is true. It's just as fast as I can. I did learn some new things on YouTube videos here recently, and I plan on implementing those. And hopefully it'll drive more traffic to the channel and more hours watched. We'll see. I like how they did that support. That was pretty nifty, Lego. So Lego used this tower column thing here to kind of jet this piece out to support this. I think that's pretty cool. Love the fire escape. And I also like that we're moving on to bag number 8. And next we're building the minifigure Black Cat. I guess it's supposed to be Marvel's version of... well, no, Catwoman's also Marvel. Okay, so I don't know. But here you go. Ninjago Lego fan says, I always watch your live streams and videos. They are awesome. Oops, I need to go to sleep. Sorry, bye. And thanks for joining, Lego Ninjago fan. I hope you catch the rest of this at a later time. But yeah, if you're going to start building, you need to start by grabbing the wrong piece, and that's a comment to myself here. All right, so let's see what we can work on here. Ugh, that's going to be a problem. Yeah, it is a Jenny. You make a good point here. You said time or money seems to be our choices, and yes, I would agree. But I like investing my time right now in the hopes that later it'll bring money. And that is literally what I'm doing. I tried to hook up the other camera today so that there was a top-down view of what I was doing in a split screen, but I got it to work before in a live stream, but when I tried it this morning, it just wouldn't cooperate. So I apologize, because I really wanted to give you guys a split screen view, because that's one of those things that, like I said, I'm trying to do my videos a little differently and make them a bit more interesting. But oh, you know, I thought I was short pieces. Well, yeah, I am. Here we go. Indeed, I was short pieces, but that was my fault. I didn't grab enough bags. Okay, so I need one that's just... Okay. And I'm glad they decided to overlay this, because this piece doesn't want to stay. So having that overlap really helps out. You know, and speaking of the Spider-Man movies, the Daily Bugle, I don't remember there ever being a full, like, showing of the building. Kind of like Star Wars and the Star Destroyers. You know, we know they're huge, but we never see the whole entire layout unless you buy one of those cutout books, which who knows how realistic those are to the movies. But anyway, same thing with the Daily Bugle. I don't think there's ever a place where they have it all together, and we get to see this building in its entirety. I think that would be pretty cool. I also think that it would be a very expensive Lego project to try to duplicate that if they did release that. Oh, sorry guys. Don't mean to yawn at you. Sometimes having a 2-year-old catches up to you in little ways like this, where you just suddenly feel tired, even though you just woke up. But let me reiterate, I think she's a great kid, and I do enjoy having her here. You know, among the list of things to do, Jenny, since you asked, I think I might just take her to a park. there's a park close by that she really likes. And with the weather today, it's supposed to be in the high 70s, low 80s. I think that's perfect weather for a park. It's not too hot, and it's certainly not too cool. And I've got suntan lotion. That little girl, whew, she burns quickly. Just 20 minutes out in the sun, she's already burning. So can't take her to the park without that. I just keep a bottle of suntan lotion in my truck. It makes it so much easier. But it's funny, she actually has some friends, because we go to the park regular enough that she knows some of the kids by name there, so I think it's pretty cool. And I also think it's just really important for her to have friends that are just not adults. It's okay, something's rattling around. Yeah, I broke a chair off. That's what happened. Let's put that back on. Okay, so we got all the rails on there. And Ghost Green Man, hey, how you doing today? It's good to see you again. We are working on bag number 8 right now. Okay, I need 5 of those. Maybe I should have put those on after. So I was talking to my daughter that's going to be moving in with me last night, and she's telling me that she still wants to pursue a career in real estate, being a real estate agent, and I'm excited for her. At the same time, I'm surprised, and I don't mean this in a negative way, hear me out. I'm surprised that she's wanting to pursue that, because she comes up with all kinds of ideas and then quickly forgets them and does nothing about them. And I don't mean that as an insult. That's just like a history lesson with her. It's just matter of fact, not a criticism. So the fact that she's been talking about this for, I want to say 8 months now, I'm really impressed. So I think she really does want to do this one, and I hope she does. And Ghost Screamin' says, how you doing? I'm doing great this morning. A little tired, but that's pretty par for the course anymore, being tired. How are you doing, man? Wow, this is I really like this. This is really coming together. Yeah, my mom and dad are at camping, so I'm home with my sister. Hey, you know what? I love camping. I unfortunately don't camp that much anymore because I developed sleep apnea, and so if I do go camping, I can't have my CPAP machine now. I know they make portable ones that run on batteries, but I haven't bought one yet. Maybe I'll ask Santa Claus this year for Christmas, huh? But yeah, you know, camping's fun, and hats off to your parents for keeping in touch with nature there and doing that kind of activity. That's a lot of fun, man. I actually miss it. I'm an Eagle Scout, Eagle Boy Scout, and done my fair share of camping in Yosemite and other places, and I really enjoy it. In fact, we've got a great spot. It's kind of far from where I live. It's not like it's close by. It's called Bear River, or Bear Lake. I'm sorry, not Bear River. And that is just an awesome place. They call it the Caribbean of the Rockies, and I've been there but never camped. and I'd like to. They have this campsite that's the old covered wagons, you know, like in the 1800s kind of thing. You could spend the night in a covered wagon. It's actually been converted into a room. There's just no bathrooms. There's like a shared building outside, but they got the wagons in a circle like they used to park them at night for safety. So anyway, I think that's pretty cool. And the instructions is telling me to add this to the first level, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. I hope your parents enjoy their time out there. All right, so we got, and I'm sure we're going to build the facade front here. But camping's one of those activities that I've always enjoyed and would love to enjoy it again. My wife's not much of a camper, so getting her to come along isn't as easy as I'd like it to be. My kids always like camping, though. You know what? Maybe that's a sign to ditch the wife. Just kidding. If she heard that, I'd be in trouble. Of course, I've been camping here in Utah, and I'm sure this is not a phenomenon just unique to Utah. When I see people going camping with their fifth wheel trailers that have TVs in it and all that, it kind of cracks me up because I'm like, are you really camping? Because I kind of thought, just me, but I kind of thought the idea of camping was to get back in touch with nature. And if you're in a trailer that's got a bathroom and has a fifth wheel, I'm kind of like, I don't know. Or it sounds like you're kind of just going on a mobile hotel, not really camping, but that's just me. But yeah, I've been camping in Yosemite several times, and I grew up in California, so that's more or less where my camping took place. I've been to Devil's Bathtub, which is a really interesting one. Been to Big Sur. Been quite a few places out there in California. In fact, can I see the stand man? Yes. Jenny says, I like both times camping, and Ghost Screaming says, can I see the Sandman stand? Yes, here it is. And you see that you can't really see his legs on purpose because of the sand, and he's got all these pieces of sidewalk broken up to make it look like he literally just came through the sidewalk. And it's easy. There's only one stud that holds it on there, so it is very easy to remove, which I do appreciate. And you know, the more I think about it, the more I do want to just go and see those two new houses, even though I know I don't qualify for one of them. Part of me still wants to see it, so maybe I might go up there. I was talking to my oldest sister, because she lives like a few miles from where, she lives within 10 minutes of where I'm looking. And she was telling me that my parents would probably be willing to lend me the money that I need to make up the down payment that I need for the bigger house. and they probably would. But I'm not a huge get in the debt kind of person, so I'd have to carefully consider that. But I basically want the land. So I can have an outbuilding. And Ghost Screaming says that looks super cool. I agree. I really like how they, I mentioned this, but I like how they have those little dark gray chunks to make it look like he literally just shot through the sidewalk. I think that's pretty cool. And Jenny says the building is moving right along. Yeah, it is. We're on bag 8. And we'll complete bag 8 today. But I think that's where we're going to leave off, which will be, that'll mean levels 1 and 2 are complete. So excited about that. And never hurts to look. Yes, I agree. Yes, he's making progress. They should add Stan Lee in the set. I agree, because Stan Lee often did cameos in almost every movie. So yeah, having Stan Lee in there would be just freaking awesome. But I don't know, man. And especially now that he's passed on, I think that would be a great tribute to his work. And as you can see, this thing doesn't want to stay up. But yeah, I agree with you, Ghost Screaming. That would be a fine addition to this set. And I'm glad they're adding these plates on top to kind of stabilize it, because this thing is very unstable. Yes, but Disney removed him. Did they really, John? I didn't hear that, but I don't, honestly, I think it's part of a self-defense mechanism. I haven't been really listening to a lot of things, especially with those drama with Disney and Lucasfilms lately. It's really a turnoff to me, because look, I understand everyone's political, and I don't share my political views on here because, well, half the U.S. is one way and half is the other. So no matter what you say, you're going to make half the country happy, the other half unhappy. So, I just stay away from it altogether. But when I go to, like Disney, to watch a movie, I don't want to think politics. I'm going there to escape from politics and to have a good time, which, I'm sorry, I've never known anybody who's gone to a political rally and said, oh, I had a great time. Well, maybe there's some nuts that are that way, but I don't know. I just don't, that's not my definition of fun. So I'd like to keep my politics separate from the things that I'm doing here with Legos. They should add a Stan Lee minifigure or Stan Lee pic of him on the wall or a secret. Yeah, I think the cameo would be best. Only because that's how he did a lot of his appearances in his own movies were cameo. And I thought that was really cool. And I remember the first time that I noticed that. I was blown away, because I know who Stan Lee is. I mean, everyone knows. And actually, Stan Lee looks a lot like my grandfather. And so it wasn't, when I noticed him, I was like, oh wow, that's really cool. And then it was easy for me to spot him because I always thought he looked like my grandfather. My grandfather passed along in 2015, so he's been gone for quite some time. But yeah, Stan Lee always reminded me of him, and that's part of my admiration for him. Although he's a great guy all in himself, and he doesn't have to look like my grandfather to be a great guy, but he just happens to look like him. And I think it's just really cool how he found his way to in his movies, usually as a pretty quiet role, which is a cameo, of course. That's the whole purpose of a cameo. But I just think it was really cool. I mean, come on, man. I mean, you know, and they did it so quietly too. It's just really awesome. Maybe I'll get that famous one day that I can sneak into a movie and my own movie. Yeah, right. I'll never do that, but yeah, it'd be pretty cool. And John says, yes, we need an escape, and I agree. I don't think everything needs to be politicized. I think people just need to calm the heck down, in my opinion. Okay, so that completes bag number 8, which is going to complete the live stream because we're a little over an hour, which is where I like to keep them. Ghost Screamin' says they should add them minifigures to the set. Yeah, and I also am disappointed they don't have Mary Jane. I mean, come on, man. She's like the basis of the, you know, like the love of Spider-Man. They put Gwen in here from the later movies, but they didn't put Mary Jane, so I was a little disappointed with that. And I can't remember what superhero, but somebody mentioned a superhero in yesterday's live stream they should put in there. Ghost Rider, that's right. That's what you were saying yesterday. I remember that. Thank you for the reminder. And Uncle Ben, yes. You know, it'd be nice if they. Now I do have Uncle Ben as a character because in one of the much earlier, like 15 years ago, Spider-Man sets, they had Spider-Man's first chase with a cop car and Uncle Ben's car. So I do have that. But that would have been nice if they would have added it to the set, because that's like a major part of the story. Because he really admired his grandfather, or his uncle, I'm sorry, who raised him in his Aunt May. So that would have been nice as a insert to this set. Well, this is it so far, guys. I'm really enjoying it. I love the second level. It really does bring it out. I like this removes pretty easily. Love the interior with the the desks around the pillar and how the pillar holds up the building. I love it. Love the stack of newspapers on the floor, the water cooler back here, the little kitchenette area. This is a really, really awesome set. Loving it. So hopefully we can continue this. And like I said, I can't do a live stream tomorrow, unfortunately, but I can do one on Tuesday night. And so count on Tuesday night at 5 o'clock my time, 7 Eastern time. We'll do that live stream. We'll get a couple more bags done here, and I'm looking forward to it. Thanks for your support. Thanks for watching, and be good to each other, and be safe out there, and I'll catch you on the next live stream or video. All right, guys, have a good one.